I'm Kristina. Have you ever wondered how OTs figure out what everyday tasks are hardest for their clients? Today we're going to talk about one of the ways they can do that. We'll discuss the assessment of motor and process skills, or AMPS.
Hi, I'm Jasmine, and today we'll be explaining what AMPS is, how it works, and even show you a demo assessment in action.
Hey Jasmine, do you want to help me with a project for school about AMPS?
Oh, you mean that thing used to raise the sound on guitars?
No, definitely not that. The AMPS I'm talking about is the Assessment of Motor and Process Skills, or AMPS.
Sounds interesting, sure.
Cool. AMPS is an observational-based assessment that measures the performance quality of tasks of activities of daily living, ADLs, or instrumental activities of daily living, IADLs. The AMPS is designed to examine the interplay between the person, the ADL task, and the environment. This assessment type is observation-based. Target populations for this assessment include individuals aged 2 years of age and older, with or without a medical diagnosis or disability. This can include populations such as stroke victims, cognitive conditions, psychiatric conditions, musculoskeletal conditions, and a lot more.
Wow, that covers a wide range of populations and ages. The AMPS is an occupation-based assessment, which means it is performed in the natural environment of the client.
This could be places such as their home, a hospital room, in a school, or any other task-relevant setting.
This is the perfect environment for AMPS because it's real life.
AMPS covers a couple of different aspects of occupational therapy domains, such as
Activities and participation, mental functions, motor and process skills, executive functioning, and bodily functions. AMPS takes about 30 to 40 minutes to administer, and there is no need for any specialized equipment. The first step to begin is a client interview, where you will assess any meaningful occupations or activities that the client may have and get a feel for their areas of concern and their diagnosis. We are now going to meet with my first client, Jasmine. Hi Jasmine, how are you?
Hi.
My name's Kristina. I'm going to be your OT today. Can you tell me a little bit about the condition that you have or the diagnosis that you were given?
Sure. So I suffered from a stroke, and I was diagnosed with hemiparesis. So now I just need help doing daily activities such as dressing and making meals.
Okay. What side is your hemiparesis on, if you don't mind asking?
The left, which is my dominant hand.
What about your typical day do you enjoy doing? Anything that's meaningful for you?
I love to garden, I love to cook meals, and I also love to dress myself.
Okay, cool. Where do you usually do your daily tasks? Like, what's your environment that you do it in?
Usually when I'm home, sometimes at my friend's house, at work, but mostly home.
Okay. Is there anything about your condition that concerns you, possibly like your level of performance? Does it limit you in any way?
Yeah, it's specifically hard to get dressed, and also more difficult to make meals. I notice it's taking me a little more time.
Okay. So my next question you already answered. Basically, I was going to say, out of all of your occupations, which is activities, which ones would you say the most difficult? Would you say dressing and preparing meals?
Yes,
Okay,
definitely.
So today I'm going to administer a test called the AMPS. And this is where we're going to actually observe you in your natural setting of your home, do 2 to 3 tasks. So would you say for these tasks we should do dressing and preparing a meal maybe?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Okay, Jasmine, so we're gonna start now with performing the tasks. So Jasmine already selected 2 tasks to do. Usually for this assessment you choose 2 to 3 tasks to perform. The first one is going to be dressing. So I'm just gonna step to the side here, Jasmine, and I want you to perform this task of dressing yourself as you normally would in your natural environment. So basically pretend like I'm not even here and do it as you normally would.
Okay.
Okay, so now we are in Jazmine's kitchen where she will perform the task of preparing a meal. So Jazmine, just like we did before, go ahead and prepare your meal as if I wasn't here.
Okay.
Good job. So as an OT conducting this assessment on Jazmine, I need to make sure that I'm closely looking at her cognitive skills as well as her motor skills. Scoring and interpretation for AMPS. Here we have an actual scoring sheet used for the AMPS assessment. The AMPS assessment uses a 4-point Likert scale to rate the client's performance on 16 motor and 20 process skills. The scale ranks from 1 to 4, 1 being deficient, 2 being ineffective, 3 being questionable, and 4 being competent. The raw scores are then entered into an AMPS computer scoring software and analyzed. The software also converts the scores into a common score that compares the client's abilities to others of the same population and age group. Hey Jazmine. So just to let you know, the last step in the AMPS assessment is now analyzing the results of the scoring and seeing what best intervention fits you. So I feel as though one thing that you can definitely use is a dressing stick. And this can be used for donning and doffing your clothes, because as we can see before, you had quite a lot of difficulty putting on your jacket, and I'm assuming taking it off as well. Another thing that you can use is this universal cuff here. You can use this to put it on your wrist, and you can place anything in it. In this case, for meal prepping, you can place a utensil in it so that you can have use of your hand for something else. Another thing is this Dyson mat. This is a rubber non-slip mat that you can place on the table to prevent slipping. I saw when you were doing your yogurt bowl that the cup was moving around, and also the yogurt cup was moving quite a bit. If everything was on here, it would prevent slipping and you would have everything as easy access.
Nice.
The actual cost of this assessment comes out to $800 to $1,000. This cost consists of a certification, a 5-day training course, and calibration workshop that the occupational therapist must take. This also includes costs for software updates, scoring sheets, and time taken to complete the assessment.
The items needed are the AMPS manuals, volume 1 and 2, which are included in the course cost, AMPS scoring forms, free to download, pen, pencil, paper for notes.
Reliability and validity. For test-retest reliability, Doble, Fisk, Lewis, and Rockwood examined the test-retest reliability of the AMPS in a sample of 55 elderly adults and reported excellent coefficients for both the motor and process subscores, R equals 0.88 and R equals 0.86 respectively. Fisher reported that with a sample of older adults, the test-retest reliability was excellent for both the AMPS motor scale and for the AMPS process scale. For inter-rater reliability, Fisher, Liu, and Veloso reported that in a sample of Taiwanese participants without disability, the AMPS had excellent intra-rater reliability, R equals 0.93.
On validity, concurrent validity showed excellent correlations with the scale of independent behavior, the functional independent measures, and the chain bridge cognitive examination. For predictive validity, AMPS score has been found to be predictive of the need of supervision assistance to live in community and home safety for individuals with psychiatric conditions associated with cognitive impairments. In summary, the AMPS is a great observation-based assessment used by OTs to evaluate the quality of the client's performance in ADLs and IADLs. Since the test is observed in a natural environment of the client and consistent with real-world tasks, it is extremely client-based and valid.
It also has high reliability and validity rates, and it also can apply to many different ages and different populations. Unfortunately, the cost of this assessment is way too high for some. It also takes a lot of steps on the OT's end. Not only does it take a lot of resources, but it takes a lot of time as well. In addition to this assessment is not suited for patients with severe impairments. Because of this, OTs will sometimes choose a more affordable option that is very similar.
Aside from this, AMPS is a great way for assessing wide ranges of ages and populations, making it a powerful tool for OTs who truly want to assess their patients in daily living activities. Thanks for watching!